Hey guys, today I want to go over the top signs that you're going to be denied for a mortgage, but also plans that we have for the most common reasons why people can get denied. So first, let's talk credit history. Now, I had these past clients that thought they were in the high 700s, super qualified, everything would be fine on their credit, but when we actually ran the credit report, his credit score was in the low 500s. Reason being, he had a couple Comcast and Verizon bill statements that went to collections from when he was in college. He had no idea or even remember the accounts, and so we had to find ways to get those off of his debt and get him into a higher credit range. So that's why it's so important to make sure we look at the credit ahead of time before running to that denial. Next is going to be debt to income. So many times we have to come in and rescue a deal because other lenders were not calculating income properly, not factoring in either student loan payments correctly. So many different scenarios as to why we have to step in, but without a doubt, it almost always comes down to the debt to income. So once again, that's why it is so important to do a proper pre-approval ahead of time to make sure you don't run into those issues and potentially get denied for a loan when you're in contract buying a home. Now, next is going to be self-employed tax returns. I think it's amazing they can write off so much on your taxes, right? Maybe you show 500K in gross income, but you're only showing 50,000 in net income. Well, you saved a lot in taxes, but we have to go pretty much off of that 50K number. That's why it's so important to do a proper analysis ahead of time, look at your tax returns, see your income, and make sure that you're in a good position to buy a home, or at least enough income to buy a home. If you want to utilize very common low down payment programs, then your income on paper, meaning tax returns, is what we're going to use to qualify. However, if you have money to use towards a down payment, more around 20 to 25% down, there are a ton of programs that will open up for you that allow you to still write off everything, not pay taxes, but we utilize different means of income calculation. So lastly, just don't give up. If it seems like you've exhausted all options to qualify for the home and you're still being denied, let's chat and come up with a proper plan. Regardless if you're buying in 6 months, 12 months, or even 5 years down the road, we want to be a part of the team that helps you get there. And that's why it's so important to create that plan early and make sure that we can follow through on it and get you into a home. So if you have any questions about buying a home, your situation in particular, please reach out. I'm truly always happy to help. I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.